that was annoying, but let's admit it. We all face temptation, and it may not be how many donuts can I eat. Let's go back to the beginning. Adam and Eve are in the garden. They were given almost everything in the garden, but God created a boundary. There was one tree they were not to taste the fruit of it. And if they crossed the boundary, bad things would happen. We live with boundaries every day. Sports have boundaries, and if an athlete crosses the boundaries and keeps playing, he or she would get into trouble. Football and basketball are easy examples, but even wrestling has a boundary. If wrestlers move over the boundary on the mat, they're brought back onto the mat. They don't wrestle all over the gym. Also, track and field has its boundaries. On the track, there are lines that the runners are not to go out of. They must stay in their lane. In the field events, there's marks that the athlete is not to cross, and if he or she does, their effort does not count, and a foul is called. We have a great big dog park in this area. It's like a huge backyard for the dogs. They can run as much as they want, but around the park is a boundary, a fence. These boundaries are not just there to spoil our fun. They are there to keep us safe. For some of us, although still try to get as close to the edge without crossing the line. Playing with temptation is a lot like this. We have boundaries in relationships, businesses, food and drink, and even driving. By the way, the sign on the interstate is the name for the interstate, not the speed limit. How much over the speed limit do you go? What excuse do you give for doing it? Now, I like to fish, and it can be fun going to a big outdoor store and walk through the aisles of fishing lures. Actually, I think these lures catch more fishermen than fish. But look at this. It looks really good. It's breakfast, lunch, or dinner for a bass. If you move it right in the water, it can attract a nice big fish. But like temptation, there's more to the lure than this fleshy object. Hidden beneath, there we go. Hidden beneath what attracts the fish is what would be its downfall. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When we fall into temptation, there would be a price to pay. Being tempted is not a sin. Jesus was tempted, but he did not give in to it. So here are some closing thoughts. Boundaries are there for our good. Observe them and obey them. Also, self-awareness. Be aware of your weaknesses. Be prepared ahead of time for a possible tempting situation and know how you will react. Better yet, avoid these situations. If you get into a situation like this, run. Paul uses the word flee in 1 Corinthians 6:18. And it's always good to have someone close who can be one you can go to in times of need. Andy Stanley uses a prayer that I really like. I use it often because it seems to fit so many situations. I'd like to use it as I close this video. Father, give me the wisdom to know what to do, and then give me the power to do it, even when it's hard.